Good afternoon by 5 minutes. I know I'm the last one between you guys and lunch, so I'll try to go through this quickly. Real quickly, this is actually a slide that I think I used last April, and really highlighting the fact that we're all recognizing that the HPC market is changing, that the big shift to data-driven workloads falling into what Steve has coined as high-performance data analytics, but as well with AI being added on top of that and seeing AI showing up in many, many more HPC workloads. Needless to say, this is all an area that is of great interest across all of Dell EMC and across all of Dell Technologies, and that's the prerequisite picture of Michael. I won't go through the detail here. Again, this is something you've seen before. Still very much our strategy for HPC, really spanning across what we call advancing high-performance computing, which is kind of the top row of icons here, bringing together our domain expertise, our strategic partnerships with folks like Intel, folks like Mellanox, NVIDIA, and so on. Technology innovations and IP that we build into our products. The Innovation Lab, which I'll mention in a minute, a very critical part of our business, and of course, the strength of our field teams and the solution sales, solution architects for HPC really around the world. In the middle, as we build those into what we've dubbed ready solutions, but basically our approach to creating example configurations, example solutions in a variety of areas. For HPC, we do it in manufacturing, life sciences, for sort of general research, but then we also do it in AI and data analytics and in hybrid cloud and can leverage all of that in the solutions that we deliver to our customers. And then finally at the bottom is the breadth of our portfolio, which spans the multiple pieces of Dell Technologies. I think Susie asked me last night about sort of what's in that overall umbrella, but it includes Dell Incorporated, which if you have a Dell laptop, that's where it comes from, is the client side of a business. Dell EMC, which is servers, storage, networking, and so on. It includes things like RSA, SecureWorks, Pivotal, VMware, VirtuaStream. All of these are businesses under the overall umbrella of Dell Technologies. I might also want to add an important piece of that is the icon to the far right there, is we're increasingly being asked by our customers to be able to provide hybrid cloud environments for HPC. And that's a growing area for us. It's still, I would argue, in its infancy, even though there are some workloads that are finding their ways there first. But is Brian around? Brian Cusick, are you in the room? Oh, I'm giving him his plug and he's not here. So, Mike, you started this yesterday as you were trying to leave. But so if one orders HPC as a service from Dell EMC, that is actually delivered in a partnership we have with R Systems, which is Brian's business, which are enabled to be able to deliver cycles on systems in their data center. They'll do managed services into your data center and so on. So we have a lot of capabilities to be able to implement HPC as a service depending upon what the individual requirements of our customers are. I mentioned the HPC and now HPC and AI Innovation Lab. I won't go through the whole thing. I've talked about it before. The key thing is this little thing highlighted in yellow over here, which is based on the new top 500 list published in June. We've now exceeded a petaflop of performance on our own system, which is the Zenith cluster, which is sort of a project of Dell EMC and Intel that we can use for benchmarking, for development, for testing new technologies. So this is our system at scale for doing development work. Irene stole my thunder this morning, but thank you for talking about Frontera. We're very excited about this sort of next step in our partnership with TAC. We've been working very closely with them since before Stampede 1. So probably many of the folks in the room know that the original director of TAC, Jay Boisson, is actually my counterpart in crime as part of the Dell EMC team. He and I kind of share the title of HPC strategist. He focuses more on the technology side. I focus more on the business side. But it's really a partnership that is of enormous value to us in a variety of ways, and at least certainly one of them is it's where we are being able to demonstrate our ability to build larger and larger systems. And so Stampede 2 is our currently largest system that's out there, and we'll have Frontera sometime in early 2019. The schedules are challenging, but it's going to be very exciting as the next step in that technology. I thought I would give a tiny bit of more detail on the technologies that we're using there. Actually, the bulk of the system is going to be based on 8,000 plus Dell EMC PowerEdge C6420 servers. It will probably be the next flavor of the Intel Xeon scalable processor. So that'll give you an indicator of kind of time frame. Right around 40 petaflops total performance. As noted, the bulk of that system is going to be direct contact liquid cooled via technology partnership that we have with CoolIT. So we sell the C6420 with the cold plate technology built into it. We deliver that piece of it, and we work with CoolIT to deliver the broader technology for the coolant distribution units and so on and so forth. You see a picture of the C6420, an example of a C6420 on top, and a rack of them with the direct contact liquid cooling plumbing installed. That is a 2U, by the way, 2U server with 4 servers in it. So, you know, a nice dense solution that with that much gear in one rack, liquid cooling becomes highly desirable. It will support Mellanox HDR. As noted, it'll have DDN storage and a variety of different technologies. I'll highlight the NVIDIA part. As Irene noted, that's going to be targeted towards some of the AI workloads that they're working on. We're kind of in the process of figuring out exactly which PowerEdge server will be used for that. We have a couple of different choices, so that's under discussion now. But based on what I noted before about the convergence with big data and AI and so on, I wanted to highlight another example customer. This is a customer in Europe called Zenuity. Zenuity is a spin-off of Volvo Cars. And so as Volvo Cars was developing their autonomous vehicle technology, they created a whole team focused on that, and they concluded it actually made some sense to spin them off as a separate entity, Zenuity, who was then able to work with other companies in addition to Volvo. So Zenuity is building a whole infrastructure for Volvo for their autonomous vehicle work. And this is based on Dell EMC technology, but in fact, one of the more important pieces of it, it's using managed services through Dell services. So they're actually managing their whole data center and so on. That includes a combination of Dell EMC technologies, PowerEdge servers. I believe they're using Isilon storage and so on to be able to include, really build out this overall infrastructure. This technology was, this application was actually given an award by Michael Dell. We had our Dell Technology meeting, Dell Technologies World, back in May. And as part of that, there was a competition for most innovative new solutions from our customers. And the big winner for that, handed the award by Michael himself, was Zenuity. So a very exciting program. Sort of at another point of autonomous vehicles is a company called Otto Motors, which I'm guessing is not really widely known. They don't make cars. They make all the vehicles that you see in manufacturing sites, in airports, things like that, to be able to transport materials, parts, and things like that around the factory. And they're implementing these as autonomous vehicles using our technology. So not exactly the same thing as autonomous cars. And looking at sort of the other extreme of things that you don't see driving along the road is Caterpillar. Now they prefer to be known simply as CAT, who are also doing autonomous vehicles, but they're doing them a little bit bigger for autonomous mining. So real quick, we're still very focused on this notion of advancing, democratizing, and optimizing HPC. Again, advancing is the technology advancements, our expertise, and so on to enable us to be trusted advisors. Democratizing HPC is the solution work that we do, science and engineering, analytics, and AI that we build. And again, Martin is here representing our manufacturing solutions. And optimizing HPC, that breadth of underlying portfolio on top of which we can build those solutions. So amazingly, with minutes to spare, I'll simply use my last comment to note that we will be, of course, at SC18 in November. At SC18, we'll be running our next HPC community meeting. This is our HPC user group. We'd love to have folks join us there. It'll be on Monday of that week before the major festivities start. If folks are interested, go look at www.dellhpc.org to get some more information on it. And with that, thank you very much.